Abbreviated look at our today's special.
We'll finish up, and while you introduce the Today Special, I'm going to look through some of the charts on the testimonials because I didn't read any straight testimonials on the Cholestericare.
Sounds good.
So I'll go through those.
All right, so this is it, guys.
And Lincoln will be happy to know I can't say the word H-O-M-E. If I say the word H-O-M-E, Lincoln gets all excited and he'll start, expecting me to leave. He'll start trying to drag me out of here. He's part herding dog, so he will try to herd me out of here. So
all right, so we'll try to pull
it.
That'll be the safe word. Can't say it. All right, so this is it. Of course, we're in the final moments of the live broadcast from Andrew's amazing state-of-the-art facility here in Henderson, Nevada, and we thank you for being a part of it. You can see all the activity behind us. If you have been watching, I know you've been learning something, and certainly if you've been tempted, now is the time where you really should be compelled to call. Remember, all of this special purchase pricing, whether we're talking about our today's special or any of the goodies that I have in my shopping cart, because I've been shopping like crazy today. Maybe you've been doing the same thing. I wait for Andrew to do a visit because that's when we do special purchase pricing and free shipping. After that, the free shipping, the special pricing expires. So whether it's the today's special or something else that you put in your shopping cart, now is the time that you do need to make that purchase. So what we're talking about are two of Andrew's all-star products. Not that they aren't all our star products, but we're talking about a measure the difference and a feel the difference product. Your choices are in Cholestericare or FIBERMUCIL. And I'm just going to scoot around the front so you can see the two choices. Depending on what your budget, entails, you can choose either the Cholestericare separately, or you can choose the FIBERMUCIL separately, or you can go with bundles. However, with the final quantities, and we really are in very limited supply on those large bundles that I'll get to in a moment, if you want the bundles, you really should be calling now. On the Cholestericare, we have the 80, the 240, the 480, or the 1,000 count. On the FIBERMUCIL, we have the 100, the 300, the 600, and the 1,200. But on the very bottom of your graphic on our today's special screen, you see these bundles, and most of the tens of thousands that have been spoken for today are the bundles, and here's why. As an example, on the Cholestericare, after this show, and this is our normal great savings on Cholestericare, a 480 count of Cholestericare is $145. That's a great price. When you consider it's the world's finest product, it is a product that will not maintain, it will lower. So we're talking about lowering those total and LDL, the bad cholesterol in your body. A natural way with no additives, no stimulants, no artificial ingredients, only side benefits. So at $145 for 480 caps, it's about value. But if you take a look at the bundles, you can get 480 count of Cholestericare with free with your purchase, a 600 count bottle of FIBERMUCIL for less money than you will spend for the 480 count. That is for this show and this show only. If you are doing the biggest bundle, and that's where most of you are shopping because you know you're going to take it every day, chances are you might even share it with your hubby, a spouse, somebody in your family, you're getting a 1,000 count of Cholestericare with basically free this enormous jug of FIBERMUCIL. And remember, the shipping and handling is also free because these are not inexpensive to ship. And if you take a look, basically you're more than doubling your capsules. It's like you're tripling your capsules and paying virtually what you would pay for the 480 count alone. Gets even better. Let me just show you your savings overall. When we talk about the Cholestericare and the FIBERMUCIL together, basically you buy your Cholestericare, you get your FIBERMUCIL free. You also get that coupon that you can use in the month of December, which Andrew only does during December, where you get 25% off. And then on our largest bundles, you saw Marielle out earlier with Lincoln. We also have, I am such a fan of Marielle's. I love to cook. I'm certainly not as talented as she is, but boy, does she inspire me. And the cookbooks that Marielle and Andrew have put together are fabulous. They're customer picks on their own. This is all of your happy holidays cooking. I'm taking one of these home with me too. And just like Andrew and Muriel were saying, I mean, they really inspire us. And not only that, these are products that really they deliver a difference, and I think that's the big thing for most of us. That's why overwhelmingly, there are well over 1,000 reviews, 1,100 plus and counting reviews, and almost every single one of them is perfect. When you look at the savings, though, it is undeniable. If there was ever a day for you to take advantage of it, it must be today, because of course this is the last show, and Andrew does the special pricing and free shipping only when he does a visit. Normally he's not here in November, but in honor of this amazing studio that he built for us and for you so that we could take you into his factory, we are doing this for basically the next hour. And regardless of the sizes, this is something that we don't normally see. Even when you're doing the economy sizes, you are saving more than you are spending. And that's pretty remarkable. So even if you're talking about gift giving, whether it's that Share the Health kit, or you're thinking if there is somebody in your life and they need to get that cholesterol number under control. And, you know, for those of us out there who struggle with that, it's not easy. And this is the easiest way in the world, diet or otherwise, to get that number lower. And what an amazing gift that you can give to you or somebody that you love and care about for the holiday season. I really can't think of anything better, because it's the gift of good health. And I know I keep singing the praises of this FIBERMUCIL. No kidding, if you went to my hotel room right now, it's literally one of the first things that I always pack, because you know what it's like when you travel, when it's during the holidays, when you're stressed. If you're irregular, that's not a good day. I mean, it ruins a vacation, it ruins a day, it ruins, you know, it can be a nightmare. And without any laxatives or grainy powders or crazy drinks or bran or even calories, you are getting the easiest, the most pleasurable way to get fiber into your diet. And the bottom line is, they work. Those of us who take these like these, you already know how much you love them. You already know how much you rely on them. So if you were going to choose them, we can't recommend enough that you do it today. Because honestly, I look forward to taking these products. I really do.
Well, in terms of regularity is something that you don't appreciate till you don't have it.
Yeah, it's true.
And I think so many of us have moved through life where that's a struggle that we sort of just accept it. It's sort of, what are they, kind of learned helplessness that we just sort of accept it because that's just the way it is. But I think from so many of the reviews I read earlier in FIBERMUCIL, once you try it, you won't want to be without it. It's much more difficult to be disciplined enough to eat a fiber-rich diet. Very hard to do. And certainly I encourage it. I do my very best to do so. But FIBERMUCIL gives you that fiber, that best form of fiber, to give you the benefits, some of the benefits of that fiber-rich diet. What I just was doing for the last few minutes, I just grabbed, there's literally thousands we've got hundreds of reviews on the Cholesterol, hundreds of reviews on FIBERMUCIL, hundreds of reviews on Cholesterol and FIBERMUCIL together. What I've been reading mostly throughout the day have been reviews on Cholesterol and FIBERMUCIL. I read some reviews on FIBERMUCIL. Now I just have some reviews on Cholesterol. And of course, Cholesterol works better when you use it with FIBERMUCIL. But just so you get a sense of how effective this is, and mind you, this ingredient wouldn't be approved to lower total and LDL cholesterol by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, wouldn't be approved for me to say that it could help reduce your risk of heart disease if it didn't work. So it works, and it's safe, and there's no side effects, there's only benefits. And we'll read some of these charts here. I just grabbed a whole bunch out of the stack. A must-have. My cholesterol was 286. Diet, exercise, and using Cholesterol have reduced it to 183. My doctor was astounded. This is a must-have and must-try for anyone with high cholesterol, from Deborah in LA. And that shows you, or it might be Louisiana, that shows you that you can get that 35% reduction when you use your Cholesterol, use FIBERMUCIL. You make those changes in diet in terms of increasing fiber intake in your diet, also reducing the saturated fat and cholesterol in your diet. So the opportunities are there if we take advantage of them. I want Andrew to know how much I love Cholesterol. I started taking 6 capsules per day along with FIBERMUCIL, and my cholesterol dropped from 230 to 196. My doctor was amazed and wanted to know all about Cholesterol. Thank you, Andrew, for another great product. And that's Janet. And what Janet probably did is helped hundreds of patients who go to that doctor, who now have an opportunity to use something other than a medication or use it hand in hand with the medication. So we want to work closely with our doctors, but there's lots of opportunities here. I've had amazing results with Cholesterol. My cholesterol was 360, and now it is healthy. My doctor could not believe it and wanted all the info to read up about Cholesterol. Once again, doctors want to learn. They get so much of their information, most of it they get from pharmaceutical companies. They don't get to see things like this. Thank you, Andrew, for such a good product from Phil. Unfortunately, doctors are generally not watching HSN. My doctor's amazed. My cholesterol was 258, and now it is 198. I started taking 4 Cholesterol capsules per day, walking and eating healthier, and now I have reduced my cholesterol by 60 points. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great product from Rhonda. I've been taking 4 capsules of Cholesterol a day for about 6 weeks. I recommend 3 or 4 capsules a day, 1 with each meal, 2 with a large meal. My doctor was so impressed by my new cholesterol numbers that she is cutting my dosage of statin medication in half. Susie, And cutting your dosage in half, you more than halve your risk of side effects. Try it. Try it before you try prescriptions. Again, let your doctor and you decide that. I had my cholesterol checked 2 years ago and it was slightly elevated. I've used this ever since, and a few months ago my numbers were much better. The doctor said my numbers were better than his. I admit sometimes I eat butter or eggs, and for those meals I take 2 capsules, something that I do as well. Normally I take 1 capsule per meal, which is what I do. This product and Andrew's Essential Omega-3 Fish Oil are part of my daily routine, and I never want to be without them. I started taking Cholesterol along with a better diet and some exercise. In 1 year, my cholesterol dropped 80 points and is now considered in the healthy range. Thanks, Andrew, from Dorothy. I believe in Cholesterol power. My LDL was 302 last year, which is outrageously high, and is now down 60 points. Hopefully that was just the total cholesterol. I have recommended the product to friends and wish Andrew would give it more exposure. Unfortunately, we do it about once, really 18 months is a major event, and because people can benefit from the product. I'm 70 years old and my cholesterol has always been a bit on the high side. At my last visit, my doctor said he needed to put me on a statin. I begged him to let me try to lower it on my own and immediately ordered Cholesterol. I took 2 capsules with each meal, and on my 6-month checkup, the doctor said my LDL was down and I do not need to take a statin. Thank you, Andrew, for this and all your wonderful products that continue to keep me healthy without all the terrible side effects of prescription drugs. From Jan in Michigan. Again, there's all sorts of opportunities if you work with your doctor. Your doctor wants to work with you if you partner. Great results with no drugs. This product is great. I prefer to use natural products instead of drugs. So when I saw that Andrew had Cholesterol, I was eager to try it. I have to admit I was a little skeptical that it would help my high cholesterol. After taking the Cholesterol for a few months, I had blood work done. I was so pleasantly surprised when I saw that my cholesterol had dropped 116 points. Thank you, Andrew. I will continue to use this product and many more of your great high-quality products also. Fantastic. This product does what it says it will do. I have used other products to bring down my cholesterol numbers, but this one is the first one that actually has done the job. I'm so very pleased because I refuse to take any statin drugs. My doctor is very pleased also. I highly recommend this product. I take many of Mr. Lessman's products, and I'm always pleased and feel very good, especially for my age of 74. Praise the Lord. Yeah, if we have good health, you gotta praise the Lord. Now I'm a believer. A few years ago, I received the results from routine blood tests, which showed my good cholesterol was low, and my bad cholesterol was high. My doctor recommended a change in diet, which I did. That was the first time I heard about Cholesterol on HSN and tried a bottle. My next blood test, a couple of months later, showed reversal in my cholesterol levels. In fact, when I questioned my doctor about my cholesterol levels, she responded that my good cholesterol was very good. Works for me. I'll stop with this one. After a higher than should be cholesterol reading, I tried this for exactly 8 weeks and was retested. I happily report I dropped my total cholesterol number by over 30 points. My doctor recommended I continue with this product. Shall we do one more? They're like,
it's hard to stop.
It's like a drug. Cholesterol-lowering vitamin. I am addicted to these reviews.
Right.
This is a marvelous product because it works. I needed to lower my LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. I took this vitamin for 4 months and lowered my LDL significantly, so I'm no longer a candidate for a statin drug. I will continue to take this product. I would rate this product a 5. Feels so much better without the statins. I was at a loss because I've been on several statins and having terrible side effects. They call, even if you don't notice them, they are causing side effects. The doctor was running out of choices for me. I took a chance and ordered this product. By the way, it comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee today. There's no chance. The only thing you're risking is a better cholesterol number. You could always return it. After 1 month, I needed to take my usual blood test for renewal of my blood pressure medications. The doctor was impressed. Not only am I without pain and side effects, but my numbers were down. Thank you, Cholesterol. Okay, this is the last one, I promise. Cholesterol be gone. A couple of years ago, I was almost put on statins. Oh no. I declined my doctor's offer and instead tried Andrew's Cholesterol. My numbers started going down. After yet another yearly checkup, my numbers are even better. This has given me such encouragement that I've been walking hourly, daily. See, it's contagious. It's positively infectious, and have been much more mindful of what and how much I'm eating. This product is worth its weight in gold. Being 69 years old now shows it's never too late. I call it my cholesterol begone capsules. Again, thank you, Andrew, from Lizzie in Georgia.
But you know what? That's what's so exciting when you think about it. I mean, if you have missed part of the presentation, remember, combined between a Cholesticare and FIBERMUCIL, there are almost 1,200 reviews. Of those, almost 1,000 are perfect 5-star reviews. And, you know, when you've got people standing in line to rave about a fiber product, when you've got people standing in line to rave about a cholesterol product, I mean, when Andrew describes all that information, what people are saying, you would think that they were talking about a cholesterol drug. I mean, that's the thing that's so amazing. We can say things about Cholesticare that, you know, even a few short years ago we couldn't say. It's more than just talking about maintaining. It is lowering. It is a measurable difference. And that's why people are literally amazed. So if you've been watching, I know you've been learning something. That's why we say Andrew is such a scholar. We always learn when he's here. And of course, it's been great to have Lincoln as part of the broadcast as well. See, he knows that things are going to be in the home stretch here.
Yeah.
And that's just it. He is a good man.
I won't use the HOME word.
That's
yet.
right. We're close, but
yes.
not quite there. But to that point, that means the broadcast is coming to a close. And that also means that the special purchase pricing is coming to a close, as is the free shipping. So whether you're shopping on that today's special or have things in your shopping cart like I have, I've been shopping like mad, remember, this is your final opportunity to qualify for any of these holiday prices. Andrew was talking about that extended holiday return policy. If there has ever been a time to try Andrew's products, make it today. Have that number checked. Have it rechecked in January. If you don't literally measure a difference, you send the product back. There's an absolutely no questions asked, 90-day money-back guarantee.
And usually with a medication or with any kind of a therapy or something like that, there's an analysis, sort of a risk-benefit analysis. And with statin drugs, they have side effects. They're risks. And you have to weigh the benefits against the risks. With this product, and this product also lowers cholesterol. It reliably lowers total and LDL cholesterol, and that's why the U.S. Food and Drug Administration permits a claim that this product can help to reduce your risk of heart disease, help to lower total and LDL cholesterol, and just use it in conjunction with a healthy diet. Use it in conjunction with a diet that's lower in cholesterol itself, lower in saturated fats, and I always say higher in fiber, and it works even better. What I just wanted to show really quickly is sort of why the product, well, I'll talk about the science of why it works, but this is sort of the basics of why it works. That's the FIBERMUCIL.
Yeah. And
what FIBERMUCIL is, it's an ultrafine powder. I can never quite understand two kinds of fiber products. First of all, the ones that are in tablets. Fiber is indigestible. Why would you put it in a tablet, which is then indigestible, not digestible? And then Cholesticare, also a powder, but a white powder. Also a tiny capsule, but it's a white powder. So as you see, I mixed them all together there. That's what happens in your stomach. When those two mix together, the Cholesticare blocks the absorption of cholesterol because it's almost identical in structure. To your body, biochemically, it looks almost identical to cholesterol. But cholesterol is well absorbed, Cholesticare is not. So Cholesticare actually competes and blocks the absorption of cholesterol, blocks the reabsorption of bile salts. So even if you don't eat any foods with cholesterol, this product will still help to lower your total cholesterol. The FIBERMUCIL helps it work even better because the FIBERMUCIL acts like a sponge, acts like a broom. That's what fiber does. So it helps to collect and sweep out that cholesterol and those bile salts. So the two together work hand in hand to lower your cholesterol even more. They do it reliably, and it's not, as they always say in science, you want to observe something, and then once you observe it, it hasn't been proven yet. See, because you don't know if what you're observing is actually cause and effect. What you need to do in science before you could really understand that there's a direct cause and effect, meaning that taking Cholesticare actually lowers your cholesterol levels, adding the viscous fiber from FIBERMUCIL actually lowers it even more. And that was first hypothesized, that was first speculated as being the case when they looked at people who had diets that were rich in plant sterols like Cholesticare and rich in fiber like FIBERMUCIL. And that was something that was observed in large populations. But until they had a scientific explanation for it, and an explanation, I kind of gave it to you briefly before, the explanation for it is basically just simple biochemistry. Here's cholesterol. That's a structural diagram of cholesterol. That's a structural diagram of cholesterol. They're exactly the same, except for that tiny little projection there. That makes all the difference in the world. That allows this to lower that, to block that. That's the magic there. And cholesterol looks almost identical, again, to bile salts, because bile salts are made from cholesterol.
Right. So it's science.
So it's basically very, very simple, very, very straightforward science. And of course, fiber works by moving all of this through us quickly, and fiber also. Beyond the benefits of it holding on to cholesterol and bile salts, fiber also helps to protect us. Fiber tends to be something that collects and disposes of the things we want to get rid of. So when we talk about the waste product, we know what those waste products are that leave our body. We frankly would like it to leave as soon as possible. We don't want those hanging around in our body for extended periods of time. The secret to it leaving in a timely fashion, the secret to sort of deactivating some of those negatively reactive compounds in that stuff we're trying to get rid of, the secret to that is fiber. Fiber, and also the foods that are rich in fiber, those protective compounds in foods also protect us as they move through. Even if those protective compounds in healthy fruits and vegetables, say, even if those protective compounds aren't absorbed into our body, they still protect us as they move through our digestive system. And that's exactly what fiber does.
It is. It's a really exciting opportunity when you think about it. I mean, to do something to empower yourself that clearly is going to make not only an immediate impact with the FIBERMUCIL and long-term heart health benefits that we simply put cannot afford to be without. We need to get that number lower, and this is the most effective, natural way to do so with no side effects whatsoever. So I'll just scoot around because I know you're going to see a clock on your screen. One quick word to the wise. After this show is over, remember at the stroke of midnight, you will see Amy along with my dear friends, Jennifer Flavin Stallone and Cecilia Stack. And when you see what they have for a brand new Today's Special, I'm so sad that I'm going to miss it. That means this Today's Special is no longer valid. So whether you're shopping for this or any of your great Andrew Lessman items that I know you have in your shopping cart like I do, all of these prices expire, all the free shipping after this show. So choose either Cholesterol or your FIBERMUCIL, and then of course you choose the bundle, which is the most popular.
And by the way, in almost all the sizes, again, we are in the manufacturing facility, my manufacturing facility that we built. So this is where all your vitamins are made, and thankfully we are here because we've had to make more of almost every size of this Today's Special. We've got in the cholesterol, in the two large bundles, we've got a little bit more than 1,000 bottles remaining of each. So we're kind of good. So we did okay. My goal is to always make sure we have enough product till the end of the day. Sometimes we lose a few sizes, but I think we're going to be okay. We've been able to distribute additional capsules into all the sizes. And what's exciting for me, when we offer products this time of year, and it's great for a product like this, because the way you see how this, obviously with FIBERMUCIL, you're going to see the difference it makes in your regularity. You're going to see the difference it makes in your digestive system function, because we also have friendly flora combined in that product. But with Cholesterol and FIBERMUCIL, say if you take them together, or even Cholesterol on its own, you see the difference in a cholesterol test. Normally, you'd have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee to see that test. And that's plenty of time to see a difference, but sometimes it's a little inconvenient to get into the doctor's office to find the time to get that test. This time of year, you have all the way until January 31st. So you have a 90-day money-back guarantee period. And I know the product is not going to be returned. Our Cholesterol product has among the lowest return rates of all the products I make, which makes it among the lowest of all the products at HSN. So it's a product that works. You won't be returning it. All you'll be doing is getting a blood test, and you and your doctor, as it says in these reviews, will be excited, amazed, astounded. And I said this before, because our doctors, and this is not meant to be a criticism, maybe it's a criticism of the system, but it's not intended to be a criticism of the doctors. But most of the information they get unfortunately comes from pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies have an economic interest in maintaining a very close relationship with physicians. And unfortunately, the information I'm talking about here today is probably something that you're in a better position to know now than your doctor. So as we've seen from so many of those product reviews and testimonials, that this was information that was shared with a doctor for the first time, so that doctor was able to share it with other patients. So amazed, astounded, it's a great adjective to be applying to your doctor. It's a great experience for you to have yourself. And I think because we're all somewhat skeptical about products we might see on TV, or we might be skeptical about supplements in general because they don't perform in the past, this will perform. You'll be astounded. You'll be surprised. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
And isn't it exciting? I mean, it's pretty thrilling when you think about it. It's a natural way to change your life. I mean, it just is. It's a natural way to lead a better, healthier, longer life. I know Andrew was just talking about the quantities. Remember, everything is done after the show. I know you see his team, you know, at work. They're really going to be busy after the show. But basically, the final 1,000, give or take, of both of the big bundles.
This is a Saturday evening, so
right?
Sunday evening.
Sunday.
I lose track of what days. So we tend to be quieter on weekends.
Yes.
We tend to work 24 hours through the day during the week. So we tend to be quiet on weekends. This is the time we use to make the products that we didn't expect to have ordered during a visit. And this really, for me, it's a privilege to have you in our facility, to show you where our products are made. It's also a privilege, and I don't mean when I say this to have it sound bad. It's not as if it doesn't matter, but what's important isn't that you get either of these products. What's really important is that you get the information I'm talking about, that you understand that the power to reduce your cardiovascular risk, it resides with you. It doesn't reside with drug companies, it resides with you. That the ingredients I happen to be talking about here, these are ingredients found in the healthiest of diets. We can concentrate them into two supplements, Cholesterol and FIBERMUCIL, so you get to embrace some of the benefits in terms of lowering your cholesterol of those healthy diets. But the power does reside with you. I think we've become so indoctrinated by the information we receive from drug companies that we think the only time we have an impact on our health is with a drug. The fact is, the greatest power in terms of cardiovascular risk resides with us in terms of what we eat and what we do with our body. The greatest power. And I defy any drug company to tell me I'm wrong, even though they'd love to think I am. But the power really resides with you. Don't diminish how much power you have, even if you have to take some of these medications. And of course, if you're going to change your medication or the dosage and use these products along with them or instead, you only do that working with your doctor. So you want to do it intelligently, you want to work with your doctor, but just because you're working with your doctor doesn't mean you need to be taking drugs. So many doctors nowadays have embraced the fact that what they really need to give is guidance in terms of how we live. Because how we live really determines our health as much as our genetics. Those are the two things. So it's an opportunity with a product like this to start a series of positive changes in your life that could really transform your health.
And that's the big thing. I mean, you know, we don't say it lightly. God helps those who help themselves. I mean, and it's really true. And isn't it wonderful that Andrew gives us these natural, effective, gentle tools with no side effects, nothing that could potentially harm us, only side benefits, and then the kind of pricing that are really hard to ignore.
Yeah, unfortunately, at midnight the pricing goes up, and on the bundles it basically triples. And I think, unfortunately, when it comes to the ingredient in Cholesterol, for a while a lot of folks in the industry was putting that ingredient in like butter and margarines and oils and things like that. But those are things that people were trying to reduce anyhow. So why put a healthy ingredient in something we're trying to reduce anyhow? It made no sense. And I think sadly what happened is the supplement industry basically gave up the cholesterol reduction category. They gave it to the drug companies. They gave up. I didn't, because I've seen the research, and we're talking about hundreds of clinical studies on how the ingredient in Cholesterol, how the ingredient in FIBERMUCIL can lower your total and LDL cholesterol and thereby help to reduce your risk of heart disease. Those studies are compelling. The industry shouldn't have abandoned this ingredient, and it has become one of my most loyally reordered products, because once you take it, once you experience it and use it simply, take one capsule of Cholesterol with each meal, 1 or 2 capsules of FIBERMUCIL with each meal. That means that large bundle will last you about a year. you will never want to be without it again, because you will see the difference it delivers in terms of cholesterol level.
Absolutely. So we've got the final couple minutes. Remember, all these prices only good until midnight when you see Jennifer, Flavin, Stallone, Amy, and Cecilia with their brand new Serious Skincare Today special. So you've got 1 hour to shop for this and any of your other Andrew Lessman items. So if you've been assembling that Andrew Lessman list like I have, really, you should go to your phones, go to your computers, shop your iPad, your remote, whatever it takes, but get this. Choose your size of choice, either in Cholesterol or in the FIBERMUCIL. And remember, on the bundles, if you are joining us now with free shipping, like Andrew said, the price pretty much for all intents and purposes triples in less than an hour. We have literally the last 1,000 give or take of the big bundle and the last little over 1,000 give or take of the large bundle. The one thing to be clear about this is basically it's like buying, it's like buying the Cholesterol and getting the FIBERMUCIL free, because remember, usually, and after this show, that 480 capsule size will be $145, our regular price without free shipping. Today, 600 count of FIBERMUCIL free for less money.
The one thing that I only mentioned once today, that 480 capsule supply of Cholesterol, that size 10 years ago probably was $500 or $600.
Yeah.
So the cost of Cholesterol, we have dramatically reduced the cost of Cholesterol over the last decade. And what we have also done for the Today Special, it's the least expensive that Cholesterol has ever been. Also, I mentioned this, unfortunately, bad news, we just found this out in the last couple of weeks, that unfortunately there was not a good harvest of the raw material. It's a natural plant that's used to make our FIBERMUCIL product, so there was not a good harvest this year. So the cost of raw material for FIBERMUCIL is probably almost going to double over the next year, say.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to manage.